All right, cycle 29, Sunday just after noon. This one here, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but I'm thinking this one's going to be pretty simple. What I have in my head is kind of like an old Pepe Le Pew run from the 1960s, where it's just a fung, 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 just jumping in the air and not holding that pose, but just kind of a moving hold for maybe even 5 or 6 drawings. And then a fast movement down, stretching out to the ground, squashing into the ground, big push up, and then kind of just hit that pose, drift, 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 drift. That's my thought. That would probably be the most efficient way of doing it. That would probably be the quickest way of doing it. It would probably be the most high contrast way of doing it. And as I'm saying myself, I'm convincing myself I think that's the best way of doing it. But we'll see if that's what I actually end up doing, because sometimes I get 3 or 4 drawings in and I've just started to go in a different direction, either because I'm trying to make appealing drawings and not thinking so much about the animation, or I come up with new ideas. And it's or I sometimes draw myself into a corner. I just draw this drawing and draw the next one, and then realize, oh, this led to here. Now how am I going to get out of there? What's that going to end up as? Either way, or whatever way it turns out. Yeah, I like this design. I'm interested to see how integral I'm going to keep those those details on the body there, all those scales. Usually I'm just kind of like, I just throw them down, and as long as there's groupings there, then I'm not too worried about the detail. We'll see. Well, maybe I'll pay more attention to the detail. Maybe I'll just leave them out for the most part. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Yeah, look, this is a bit different than the other ones that I've done, so I like that. I like that I'm not just repeating the same type of cycle, same type of design over and over. I think that was when I picked these drawings for my short film. I had that in the back of my mind. I wasn't specifically thinking I have to make sure everyone is different than every other one, but I was trying to avoid too much repetition. All right, let's see how it turns out. See you in 2 hours. All right, that was almost 2.5 hours. 2 hours 20 some odd there. That was there was a few challenges there. Very early on, I was drawing toenails on 1 foot from my design. And after drawing that for about 3 drawings, I realized, I'm not going to draw toenails on 1 foot all the way through. That's just going to be a pain in the butt. So then I went back and erased them. I was falling behind around drawing 7. It was about 10 minutes behind. And then I started catching up, drawings 8, 9, 10, and I was only 4 minutes behind. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then I realized, the body's not quite working because the body and the tail are so integral. I can't move the body without moving the tail. And yeah, did some tail and body work up until the last minute there. The leg structure width is all over the place. Sometimes I drew the legs really skinny. Sometimes they're nice and chunky like my original design there, but they get where they need to go. There's some squash and stretch involved. There's also just some changing volumes. And I think the head worked out pretty well. Just a simple down, up, down, up, down, up. But let's have a look and see how it actually plays out. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Very good. Yep, that's just what I was thinking. It's just a budalump, 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 kind of a gallop. And I was offsetting the feet enough so that the back feet were hitting first and then the front feet would stay on the ground longer, and that there was going to be a little bit of a difference between, oh, one foot has one toe down, the other foot has, only the heel down. And yeah, that gave some really nice contrast there. Terrific. The shoulder's sliding around a bit, the near shoulder there. The head, I'm happy with. That angle change, that's working nicely. Got some good weight there. Tail's working pretty well. Yeah, it's a little bit light on the way up, but I was, wanting to keep it heavier. But yeah, the feet are working out really nicely. Oh yeah, that's that 5-6 drawings of just subtly with the toes coming up at the back feet especially. The front feet are a little bit poppier. They go whoop, whoop, but that's fine. I mean, they were on the ground for longer. I was kind of expecting that. But the back feet are just what I wanted. Just this sense of lifting. Ba-dum, ba-dum. All right. Yes. That worked out very nicely. Any of the details were added later. That's I'm just going for the main structure here. The details are just more of a technical exercise almost. Just adding in that structure on top of the basic structure. It's not even structure I'm adding in. It's just almost like clothing, just something to make the shapes more interesting. Okay, cycle 29. Yep, that was pretty good. That went, like I said, it's about 90% of what I was planning, what I had in mind at the beginning. No real surprises here. Last, cycle 28, there were a few surprises there. But this one is, this one's nice. This one's a little bit different than some of the other ones. This one's a little bit more calm. There's some tighter in-betweens in a way, and it's good contrast. That's what I'm looking for. I want every cycle to be different. All right, thanks for checking it out. Cycle 29, more to come. Cycle 30 next. Take care.